Hey guys, and welcome to Inside the Circuit, the show that brings you all the latest news and insights from the world of Roborace, tech, and automotive. I'm Safi Praval, coming to you live from the comfort of my own home again. It's on the central coast of California. We're still revamping our studio in LA. I hope to show it off to you guys next week. And for those of you guys new to Roborace, welcome. If you didn't already know, Roborace is the world's first fully electric autonomous racing series. We're a little bit over the halfway point of the season beta championship. This has been a great opportunity for all the teams to compete and try out new things. Everyone gets to develop their tech prior to season 1, that'll start later this year. We're actually fresh out of Las Vegas from our latest Mission 4. It took place just a couple days ago. Hopefully you guys caught all the live action on Twitch with Matt and Corey. They always do an amazing job. Since nobody at Roborace ever rests, including me, we wanted to bring you a show right away to review all the action. So here's a little clip of what we have coming up. Check it out. Take a look back at all the action from round 9, and let's take a look and see how the teams adapted to the new ghost cars for the first time.
Circuits of corners and they're off already. Arrival of Spum at the second corner.
Roborace now catches up with Extreme E driver Molly Taylor. Molly is a driver for Nika Rosberg's team, and she's fresh off the top step of the podium, winning Extreme E's first round. She's exclusively talking to us about all things racing and electric.
We've been so excited about this Extreme E series and the whole concept, and it'll sink in at some point, but I think I'm still floating on a cloud at the moment.
We bring you the rest of the action from round 10 before taking a look into the next stage of season beta. All right, we have some really exciting new additions to the Metaverse going into round 4. The inclusion of some really cool ghost cars, these unique things that we like to call them, these ghost cars. And the Metaverse may look really crazy, but the truth is it's actually a testing grounds, and it's how we develop this brand new sport. Because every stage of the Metaverse development is another step towards robots racing wheel to wheel. So of course, it looks kind of cool and fun, but I think we'll look back at this in motorsport history in the making. But let's check it out. It's really cool.
Robots racing wheel-to-wheel takes another giant step forward with the release of the Metaverse Ghost Car update. Anyone familiar with racing games will understand the role of a traditional ghost car. They can provide a visual marker for your lap time and give you a target to overtake. At Roborace, the ghost cars can be less helpful. Our semi-transparent competitors are born in the Metaverse, a place where good things are really very good, but bad things are very, very bad. There are 4 different types of ghost car, and all must be taken deadly seriously. These ghost racers will be lapping the track at speed, taking racing lines, and must be avoided by the DevBot 2.0 at all costs, as collisions with them will incur heavy penalties. The good news is every successful overtake will reward the team with a bonus. As far as the racing AIs are concerned, these ghost cars are as real as you or me. And that's the key to this level of the Metaverse. If they can race ghost cars, they can race with each other. It's time to make motorsport history.
That was pretty awesome. Well, I'm personally super excited to see how the teams would adapt to the ghost cars on the track and see who would pick up the most points during Mission 4 and who'd get penalized for collisions. So, would the ghost cars be aggressive and collect loot, or would they play it safe and just try to avoid collisions? Let's go ahead and find out how they did in round 9.
Well, it's another exciting day of autonomous racing.
We're at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
MIT have actually used this first run to get an idea of the performance of the ghost car. Oh no, that's another ghost car hit by MIT. Oh, something's not quite right there. No, it's stopped completely. Rival Racing are over the line. Well, it's learned from that first mistake and made a clean overtake this time. That is a phenomenal performance from a Cronus SIT Autonomous. That's the best time of the day so far.
Anything can happen here on the track.
Autonomous racing grants are underway. And ARG crossed the line. That's the fastest elapsed time of the day so far, but the penalties are going to knock them down to second place. Oh no, they just clipped it. They'd almost made the pass there. And Polymove have done it. Second place. What an amazing result for only their second mission.
Really, really good job. And the check is in the mail, and we'll go from there.
Gotta admit, this has been the most exciting round for me so far, with all the cars going sideways and the ghost cars on the track. Pretty cool. But SIT smashed it out of the park again, and kudos to the production team for making the program so smooth, and Corey staying off the roof this time, so awesome job. So let's check out the standings after round 9. So we have, it wasn't a huge surprise that SIT continued to dominate the leaderboard, but Polymove, our newest team, having only joined a month ago, they took second place, which was incredible. This is how the championship table looked after round 9. Extending their lead at the top of the championship is the SIT Acronis team, now at 6,500 points. I seriously don't know how anyone is going to catch them. After a few strong rounds, Autonomous Racing grads tie with Rival Racing in second place, both at 5,300 points. MIT now take third place overall, just behind, with 4,800 on the board. And University of Pisa still holding fourth in the championship at 4,600 points. And last but not least, Polymove completes the board at 1,700 points, which seems far behind the rest of the pack, but amazing to think they've only been in there for just a few races, and they won second in the last race. Incredible, in round 9. So changing the subject from Roborace just for a minute, but still remaining very much in the field of electric racing, let's talk about Extreme E, the all-new electric racing series that began a few weeks ago in the desert of Saudi Arabia. The series comprises 9 teams. Owners and founders of the teams include 7 times F1 World Championship Lewis Hamilton and former world champion and new California resident Jenson Button. The driver lineup sees 2 drivers each team, 1 male and 1 female. The field is really, truly remarkable. We've got French rally legend Sébastien Loeb and Dakar hero Carlos Sainz, just to name 2. But the true rising star is Molly Taylor. She's coming to us live from down under. Sorry, it's not live, this is recorded. Live though. And she was the first woman to win the Australian Rally Championship in 2016. At the end of last year, she received an email from the 2016 Formula One world champion, Nico Rosberg. He asked her to join the new electric racing team, Extreme E, Rosberg X Racing. Not only did she accept, but she took victory in the opening round. Molly was kind enough to make some time for us earlier this week with Rachel Stringer. They caught up to discuss all things electric. Let's take a look at their conversation.
Well, I'm super excited to say I'm joined by Molly Taylor, professional racing driver, who has just finished first in the first ever Extreme E series in the desert in Saudi Arabia. Molly, you joined me from Australia, I believe, where I'm not sure if you're still in quarantine after obviously flying out to the desert. I'm not sure what the rules are right now, but firstly, a massive congratulations on that achievement. It's probably or it feels like a million miles away from what you're used to as a rally driver, doesn't it?
Yeah, thank you so much. It was just a surreal weekend, and I am still in hotel quarantine. I have 1 more day. We still have a 14-day hotel quarantine to come back into Australia. But yeah, it's just been a surreal couple of weeks, and I mean, we've been so excited about this Extreme E series and the whole concept, and just everyone's been so eager to get out to the first round, but we didn't really know what to expect. So it was just a complete whirlwind, and then to be able to come out on top for the very first round is a pretty surreal feeling. So it'll sink in at some point, but I think I'm still floating on a cloud at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, actually it's been kind of in the developmental stages, hasn't it, for a few years now. How aware were you of it during those stages, and were you always kind of in the back of your mind thinking, I'd like to get involved? And how did your involvement in this series come about?
Yeah, I've been following the progress of the series, definitely keeping an eye on it, and just, as it started to evolve and learning more about it, and the scope of the project just still seems to expand and expand, which is amazing. And then when they announced the drivers program initially with Extreme E, so I need to find a way of being involved in that. And then I actually got an email from Nico Rosberg, which I thought was someone pranking me, but it turns out it was actually Nico, and said he was starting a team, and did I want to drive for his team, and it went from there.
Yeah, I think I then read you said you had a FaceTime. You're like, I just didn't expect that. And when you got that call, was it a straight away going, yeah, I'm going to do it? Or was there some thought going, actually, I'm still really enjoying kind of what I'm doing in the rally driving? Or is this a new opportunity and I just have to get involved because it's the future, it's electric racing?
Oh, look, I think so much about Extreme E represents the future of mobility and motorsport, and so many things.
Obviously, we're seeing a lot of these kind of series popping up. Obviously, we've got Formula E as well, Extreme E, we've got Roborace, which is slightly different. We have no drivers in our cars. We obviously have esports, which I'm kind of actually putting in the same kind of bracket. Do you see this as the future and this is the way forward? We're going to have so many more series like this popping up?
I think the dynamic and the environment is certainly changing, and we're realizing that we need to be part of the solution to address climate change and sustainability, and how we still incorporate the sport we love within that. So I think this is definitely paving the way for the future. So for sure, we're going to see everything. We're already seeing in rally, hybrid models are starting to be developed, and seeing everything go down that path. So we're definitely moving that direction. And what I think is really cool about Extreme E is they've just, thrown the rule book away and just said, well, why don't we do this? And why can't all the boats or the cars, sail in a boat to every round? And, why can't we do all these things? And it's so cool that they've just had that sort of boundary free thinking, and then to be able to find a way to make things work and show how sport can also be a really positive impact to these other, global issues that we have.
How different does it feel as well in an electric vehicle, like for you personally?
Well, for me, coming from a rally background, I'm so used to having someone sitting next to me and talking to me. So when you take away the engine noise and you take away this person inside your head, it's quite serene, and are really one of the biggest, I suppose, things that I wasn't expecting, and things that sticks with me is in our very first qualifying run. There's been so much build up to the series. This is a new track. We only see the track the afternoon before we have to race on it. We get one lap to have a look at it. So there was so much build up and so much, nervous tension and expectation. And so you jump in the car, just, completely wired, and then take off, and you're in this beautiful environment, through the desert. There's no one sitting with you. You're just alone. The car's, nice and quiet. And it was just the most peaceful moment. And I was like, this is so bizarre. It's, we're racing flat out, but it's just this, you're in this beautiful bubble. And I really enjoyed it. It was more relaxing than being in the moment and being in the car, which was, a different experience for me. And it was really cool.
We're all used to those bubbles as well at the moment, aren't we? Bubbling up in different locations around the world. Not really seeing many people. I'm just going to ask you, Molly, a question on Roborace. Obviously, that's what we're talking about as well today. It's all electric, but autonomous racing. So we have no drivers, of course, in the Roborace cars, the dev bots. What do you make of autonomous driving, if you know much about it? I'd love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, I think, for the purposes of urban transport and in the cities, and I mean, I don't really know anyone that likes to sit in traffic. If I could jump in the back of a car that's set up like a couch with a desk and be productive, and have more efficient transport, I think it's, there's a huge place for that. And I think it brings so many positives. And there's always going to be that love of driving and that space for driving, but when you're talking about jumping on a train to get to work, and if you can do it in a autonomous vehicle, I think there's huge benefit. And obviously exploring that technology and developing that technology, and that's where it's really cool that we can, like in all other forms of motorsport, we use that technology to help in the road cars, and we can see it there as well.
How would you feel about racing an autonomous car in the future?
Look, who knows? I mean, I think one thing I'm learning through all of this is, you know, you can't really imagine what's possible with something you don't know, and we're seeing the amount of development and technology. It's just pretty incredible of things that we're doing now that a couple of years ago you wouldn't have imagined was possible. So I think you come into all of that with an open mind, because it's pretty exciting, what we're able to achieve in a relatively short space of time.
Would you like to see actually an autonomous driver in either rally racing or Extreme E? Would that be possible? I mean, that's a whole new board game altogether.
I think we're probably a fair way away from that. There's definitely a lot of seat of your pants reactions that go on in those Extreme E cars. You're definitely hanging on for a wild ride.
Absolutely. Well, Molly Taylor, thank you so much for your time. And once again, congratulations on your first win in Extreme E. I think actually we're going to call you again and say, do you want to come out to Las Vegas and maybe have a go at trying to beat one of our Roborace cars, the DevBot, because I'd like to see that happen. So we'll try and
I would like to have a go
in the future, in your busy schedule. But thanks so much for chatting to us, and good luck in Senegal in round 2.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks again from Ollie for taking the time to talk exclusively with Roborace and Rachel. Really appreciate that. All right, you guys ready to see what happened in the second event of Mission 4? Here are the highlights of a very action-packed round 10.
Welcome along to round 10 of the Roborace Season Beta Championship. It's the world's only all-electric, fully autonomous race of the series.
Polymove have been incredible. Remember, this is only their 4th day of competition. They've done it! Well, that is a huge improvement from yesterday. Autonomous Racing Grats, who yesterday came home in 3rd. They missed out on a top 2 by less than 30 seconds, and spectacular run there, some really good overtakes.
But in either way, we were really good. Bravo.
To focus 100% on the ghost cars.
Università di Pisa are out onto the circuit. They're on target for a sub 6-minute run. No attempt to avoid that ghost car, but a step in the right direction here for the University of Pisa. Some serious pace, however, they still haven't been interacting as well with the Metaverse as they'd like. Interesting run there for Team Pisa.
Got a technical issue, we just dance and it's like technical issues.
Acronis, SIT Autonomous, watch for the overtaking skills, collecting some loot as they go. Such a complete performance, isn't it? Can do it all. They can dodge the Metaverse, but they can do it at a really fast speed. Well then, what a brilliant was for Acronis SIT Autonomous. Right, a rival racing them, and they snapped 2nd place in the championship back. It was spectacular, but ultimately, not that quick. MIT driverless into autonomous mode. The car launches off the line. Though that is a pretty impressive effort here from MIT driverless. Certainly more than I expected to see out of them.
Awesome job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Chip. It's actually it's really huge effort from each team member. So I would like also to thank each team members that put a lot of hours to do this progress.
It looks like SIT really laying down the gauntlet there, but I think the biggest surprise came from our newest team, Polymove. They really haven't let us down yet. So this is how the championship standing looks like after 10 rounds. SIT are now 1,500 clear at the top of the table. Incredible steady performances from Arrival and ARG kept them in the joint 2nd place with 5,800 points each. MIT driverless aren't far behind in 4th place at 5,400 points. University of Pisa are 5th, with their latecomers Polymove rapidly advancing with an amazing 2,400 points just after 2 events. Once again, well done to SIT. Congratulations, guys. We're now joined live by our systems engineer of the team, Maxim Filipenko. Apologies for butchering your name. How's it going, Maxim? Thanks for joining us today. Sorry, Maxim, I can't hear you. Okay, no worries. Just normal tech issues, Roborace tech issues. All right, you can hear us? Okay, we still can't hear you. Maybe your mic's muted. The red. Okay, yeah, it's working now. Great. Okay, awesome. It was working, and then I think it stopped working. Just click it one time. Okay. No, can't hear you right now. Sorry. I'll just keep asking questions, and then hopefully when you answer, we'll be able to hear you. So, yeah, first of all, how do you feel about Mission 4? It's got to be better than the tech issues you're having right now, right? No, we still can't hear you, unfortunately. Darn. Okay. Yeah, we tested it earlier, and it seemed to be working earlier. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get it running again. So does it look like your mic is green or red? Is it green? He's saying it's green. So anyway, but yeah, they did an amazing job. I mean, let's face it, they're way on top, and some of the cool things the team is actually achieving. I mean, we saw, like, we were talking earlier, and Maxim was telling me how earlier on they hit the wall, and they're trying to figure out what was going on, and it was actually one line of code from a third-party software vendor that they tracked it down, and it was such a low level that it bypassed all their safety issues, which caused that. So they were able to remove that. But that was a long time ago, so they've come a long way since then. And hopefully get the mic working so we can hear what Maxim has to share. But I was interested, we were talking as well a little earlier about the programming languages that they use, and they do a lot of the high-level efficient code in C++. And then they also have some scripting languages they use, and even MATLAB to do some of the modeling. So that's really cool. So for you guys, the techies out there that want to know the code underneath the hood, so to speak. So really exciting stuff. So how's it going with Maxim? Do you want to test your mic again, see if we can hear you? Oh, yes, we hear you.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Hi, thank you
victory.
for inviting to this party.
First place
Yes.
again. Awesome.
Yes, it is great result. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Really happy to hear that.
Yes.
So besides
it is
the
actually,
mic issues we're having, any other challenges
yes,
that you've
I don't
had
know
out
what
there
is
on track?
yours, but yeah. Actually, it was really hard for us, Mission 4, because it was only a couple of weeks between Mission 3.1 and Mission 4, and we with the team was at really big pressure. And I just would like to say big thank you to all team members for this great job which was done, and we have what we have. We are at the top, and it is a really great result.
So now that you're so far ahead, are you guys planning to go on vacation, or are you gonna step up the pace or take some risks? What's the strategy now?
We only looking forward, and we definitely will increase our performance. We actually each time trying to increase our performance, and each time when we decided which parameters should we put into the car, we are always thinking about risk, and to have such great advantage in terms of points, we can do whatever we want right now. Don't worry about to have some instability in the cars, to try our new software, new methods, new approach. And for us, for engineers, it is a really great thing that we can now afford to us. Yeah.
So earlier we were talking, you were saying you would even try to crash the car, and I was like a little surprised, but I get that, so maybe explain a little bit what you meant by that.
It is driving to the limits. It is really hard, and we have a lot of subsystems which trying to protect our system from crashing. And it is really hard to feel this boundary, and you are trying to put parameters each time much aggressive, but at some point we expect to see some fail. But actually during the test we tried our best and didn't achieve this. And maybe in the future, during the next rounds, we will see some good spins. I hope so. From this data we can learn a lot, actually.
Yeah, sure.
We can update.
So you're basically trying to
models.
find the limit. Where is that limit?
Yes.
And you feel like you haven't felt it yet. You haven't gotten there yet.
Yes. Each
Very cool.
spin will definitely benefit our understanding. And we will, with this information, we can like go beyond our understanding, our limits.
Awesome. All right, and then just talking about your team in general, I know you're very grateful and thankful for the team, but you know, how does Ilya feel like about you taking over for him today?
I think that he is very happy. He has a lot of free time right now. Yeah, he probably enjoying watching
margaritas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seriously though, what is he like as a leader, like working with Ilya?
He's great. He is like have really high-end like requirements, let's say in this way. Yes, and
awesome.
We're always trying to push the boundaries with Ilya and with all the team, and every from our team works so hard, yeah, to be here what we are at now.
Awesome. So there's actually quite a long way between now and the next mission. Does your team plan to take advantage of that time? Are you going to work on some special software?
Sure.
You know, what are you guys planning?
We actually have time for a couple of other projects. Yes, we, for example, Alexander is push all the effort to develop a new low-level motion controller, and for example, Ruslan is going to update our continuous integration testing with, like, for example, with cloud testing on thousands ghost cars. It will generally benefit our software, and all the team, we are continuous working on fast playing software, updating our algorithms, fix issues, and improving our software. It's like all goes, and we have time for this. It's great.
That's awesome. So any particular area you're going to focus specifically on? Like you say, you want to push the car to the limit. So
Yes.
Is that more like the cars, or you're just trying to spin it, or whatever? On focus.
The first we right now developing our new low-level motion controller. It will like perform much better in terms of like at the handling the car dynamic state of the car at the limit of handling. And the second area of improvements, it is like prediction estimation software for ghost cars, because you know the ghost cars is a quite like challenging problem for us. I can just explain why. Why is it? You have only 100 meters to understand this like AI driver to like put all this data together.
And it's like zigzagging all over the place and stuff, right?
Predict where it can be and take some decisions where you should overtake this ghost car. It's really hard. And the car is constantly like updating this information, built on these new strategies. And yeah, this system can be significantly improved for better results in the future.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time, Maxim, today. And
thank you very
that's all
much.
We've got time for.
See you.
Hope to talk to you again. Wonderful. Awesome. Well, yeah, basically we've got 10 rounds down and eight to go. We're nearly out of time, but I just wanted to give you an important date for your diaries. We're basically back next week with hopefully from our brand new studio, fingers crossed, Friday, April 30th. Hope you guys can make it. We'll be streaming here on Twitch as usual. Mission 5 is a little ways off, but we're coming to you in June. As always, you can get in touch with us on our Roborace Twitch channel. And happy to respond to your comments in the chat. Please keep them coming. Until then, hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Signing off for now.